After both Olympiacos and Panathinaikos failed to reach the EuroLeague final, they shift their focus toward the domestic league they've dominated all season long. None of the two teams could afford to miss out on lifting a major trophy, especially after all the investments done in the offseason and the quality of the players in their rosters. Panathinaikos owner Dimitris Giannakopoulos stresses how important this series is since the very first moment, stating that anything less than a sweep would be unacceptable. So his team is ready to prove their worth since Game 1, played at the Oaka Arena in Athens. The game is extremely balanced in the first quarter, with the home team that relies on a strong start by Jerian Grant and the reigning EuroLeague MVP Kendrick Nunn, while the away squad often looks for their superstar, Sasha Vezenkov. But then, Nunn steps up and takes over the game on both sides of the floor. This leads Ataman's team to a 15-3 run that gives them a solid advantage at the halftime. In the second half, Bartzokas' team tries to cut the lead, but Sadie Osman and his teammates don't let this happen. So, it's just a matter of time before the Greens close the game and take a 1-0 lead in the series. Some sort of tension starts to build up before Game 2, with the Olympiacos owners that highlights how their patience is running out, and the team has to turn things around, starting from Game 2 at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. Game 2 becomes then a must-win one for the Piraeus team. They can't let their rivals go up 2-0 and have the chance to sweep them at the Oaka. But moments before the tip-off, Panathinaikos owner Giannakopoulos hears some offensive chants against his daughter, responds to them, and then goes to the scorer's table to report them. From here, things escalate quickly, the exchanges became heated, and the Greek owner is forced to leave the arena. And after that, the game can start. The Reds feel the sense of urgency since the first half and find their rhythm early, especially from outside the arc. Ataman's team tries to get back in the game, finding some sparks from Slukas, but Nunn and other key players can't have their usual impact on the game. Some tension between the Olympiacos fans and their rivals is built all game long, starting from Giannakopoulos' ejection to Slukas' gesture, to Ataman's late ejection after the crowd chanted against his country. Olympiacos ultimately brings the crucial game home and ties the series. After the game, Ataman has some tough words for the opposing team.
Tell us your comment about the game.
Circus. This is not sport. This is not sport in this arena. And I can say that nobody, no any fans can say to Turkey to my country. Okay, this is racism on the court. Nobody can say this. You Turkey, you Panathinaikos. Okay, Panathinaikos can say, but you Turkey, you cannot say. Okay, this is the first thing. I take the second technical foul for this. Okay, and the other things in the beginning of the game, what they made for the family of our President Giannakopoulos is not exist in the sport. Okay, they are who make this. They are bastard. That's all. And then of course referees 37 free throws. They shot first set. They play aggressive. We shot 17 free throws. Olympiacos shot 33 free throws. But okay, Let's see Wednesday in Oaxaca. The series will continue. That's fine.
Bartzokas then replies to these words. He says, "There's a way of conducting yourself that shows through your entire career, with all due respect. Insulting Mr. Giannakopoulos' family? I agree, that's a big mistake. But when in every game thousands of people chant together insults about my late mother, I've never reacted. Unless, of course, we're being selective about who gets insulted." But let's get back to what happened with Giannakopoulos before Game 2, since the Agelopoulos brothers add some important details to the matter. They say, "At this moment, Dimitris Giannakopoulos is being sought in order to be arrested. We demand from the Greek state his immediate arrest. He came to the arena and started flipping us off as soon as he sat down. He told someone from our staff not to dare greet him. Then, under the basket, in front of police officers and Mr. Lepeniotis, he said things about my daughter, what he would do to her while I watched. This is vomit-inducing. That's who Giannakopoulos is. We don't want people like him." Lastly, they add that when Giannakopoulos realized they were filing charges, he ran away. In this video, you can see the Panathinaikos owner running away with his security in his car before Game 2's tip-off, while there were people chasing him. So Panathinaikos publishes an official press release against Olympiacos and their fanbase, mentioning how they're wearing the mask of innocence while they didn't try to stop the offensive chants during Game 2. They then describe the Reds' representatives' actions as hypocritical and immoral, inviting the Greek authorities to step in. And that's what happens. Giannakopoulos gets banned from arenas for 10 months, and Sluk is fined for saying, "Shame on you, you did the same thing last year. I'll see you at Oaxaca on Wednesday," to the referee. But most importantly, Game 3 is postponed and the series might be cancelled after the Game 2 incidents. The representatives of both teams have to meet with government officials to try to establish a safe environment. Without an agreement on this, the finals are over. This news makes the situation even more tense, with Ataman that accuses his rivals of acting in favor of a series cancellation. According to the Turkish coach, Olympiacos' defeat against Monaco in the EuroLeague Final Four has shaken the team up, and they started acting this way to create chaos and derail his team. Meanwhile, Giannakopoulos files lawsuit against the Agelopoulos brothers and Olympiacos GM. The charges include defamation and incitement to violence, and the complaint has triggered the immediate arrest procedure for all 3 Olympiacos executives. The Panathinaikos owner then stated that he will not sit at the same table with the Reds representatives, which is pretty much the same positions as the Olympiacos counterparts, who don't want to talk with Giannakopoulos. So the government spokesperson Pavlos Marinakis has to warn the teams, specifying that if there won't be the presence of both parts to the meeting with the Greek Ministry of Sports, the championship series will officially be suspended. Ultimately, the owners of the 2 teams don't meet each other, but participate to the meeting in different moments, clarifying that both of them want the finals to resume. So the solution is found. The series can continue without the owners present at the games. This way, a less tense environment is guaranteed. So, after all the drama, Game 3 can take place at the Oaxaca Arena, but the madness is far from being over. In fact, strange things happen as early as minutes before the tip-off, when the coaches usually meet to shake hands and exchange the emblems of the respective teams. As you can see, Ataman doesn't give his own and refuses to accept the one with the Olympiacos logo, leaving Bartzokas confused. So the atmosphere is tense, the stakes are high, and the teams are ready to go. In the first half, these two teams seem to mirror each other. When Panathinaikos finds easy points, the same happens shortly after with Olympiacos, and that works the other way around too. No team can make a decisive run in the first two quarters. But in the second half, the Piraeus team plays a dominant third quarter, especially on the offensive end. And in the fourth, the game features another controversy, when Nunn makes this hard foul on Fournier that almost results in a fight between the players. While the referees are reviewing the play, Fournier responds with this gesture to the opposing fans' provocations. And that causes his ejection from the court. But Olympiacos keeps its composure and wins the game, not without some other notable episodes, like Ataman's second consecutive ejection and Kendrick Nunn's outburst against the referee, which also causes his ejection. After the game, Olympiacos GM Lepeniotis described the Oaxaca atmosphere as a jungle, mentioning members of his bench staff attacked during the game, an invasion of the court by ticket holders who sat courtside, and fans who spat and threw objects at Coach Bartzokas. So Panathinaikos responds by first suing Evan Fournier for his offensive gesture towards the fans, describing the player's behavior as the most provocative gesture in the history of professional basketball in Greece. And then with Ataman, who writes on his Instagram stories that no one can refer to Oaxaca as a jungle and to the Panathinaikos fans as animals, adding to the Reds' general manager that he will not warn him again on this matter. Both Greek teams gets fined for what happened in Game 3, but both Fournier and Nunn will play in the next game. But this decision makes Giannakopoulos furious, so he decides to write the following words on IG. So from now on, any athlete can make whatever gesture they want, in any arena, and remain unpunished? This is what they call sporting justice? With everything I see, I need to build a team that can beat the opponent, the refs, and an entire state. We would not win even if I signed Michael Jordan himself. No government wants all of Olympiacos fans against them, and unfortunately, people and clubs that have done nothing wrong are the ones who pay the price. But Olympiacos isn't happy as well, as they present some material that involves Nunn's misconduct against the referee Georgios Bartzokas to the sporting judge, hoping he'll be disqualified for Game 4. Both teams' complaints are unsuccessful though. So Game 4 can be the decisive one. The Peace and Friendship Stadium is eager to support their team, and both squads are ready to leave it all on the court. Olympiacos has the urgency of closing the series in the last home game available, while Panathinaikos must survive to play Game 5 at home. This game is a one-team show since the half of the first quarter, with the Reds that take the lead and never let go of it all game long. McKissick and Dorsey play at levels rarely seen during this season and step up when it matters most, nullifying Kendrick Nunn's attempts to keep his team alive until the end. So Olympiacos wins the game and the domestic title, defeating Panathinaikos in 4 games. Things could stop right here, but they don't. After the game, Ergin Ataman condemns once again Fournier's gesture and the chants against his country, adding that Olympiacos has lots of fake Greek players, and exiting after a question he didn't appreciate.
I would only like to ask you one thing. You talked about the jest that a player of Olympiacos did in Oaka, and that's true. Okay, he did something. You remember a few months ago, Kendrick Nunn doing something similar with his fingers in this stadium in the EuroLeague game. What's your opinion about it? Okay, it's a few months ago, but it's something similar. And neutral fans talk about both of these incidents, the neutral fans.
If you accept what this unsportsman player Olympiacos make it, go to make journalists on the other section. Okay, I don't want to mention the section. Vincent Fournier from FS mentioned the section. Okay, go to make, if you accept like a journalist, okay, what he made, and you compare for the finger that made Kendrick Nunn, go to make journalist what Fournier told in his Instagram. Okay, make go down. That's fine.
And after all that happened, the Agelopoulos brothers described this as the most important championship in the history of Greek basketball. While it's difficult to say if this is the most important Greek final series of all time, it surely was the craziest and most unpredictable in the last years of worldwide basketball. If you've come so far in this video, let me thank you by reminding you that you can find free extra basketball content on my IG page. If you click the link in the description, you'll find where I publish material about creative and original basketball-related topics, all treated with a scientific approach. Thank you to who'll follow me there too, and to the people who'll like this video and subscribe to my channel. Your support has been amazing. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.